Hello and welcome back to the Zenith run. I'd just like to first point out, if you haven't watched the rest of this series, then I do suggest that you go start from there because, well, I mean, how are you supposed to know how I got this territory that I'm chucking into Shimmer right now? You won't, but guess what? The Shimmer doesn't work. This was commented by a couple of people who are saying, why don't you just chuck the Terra toilet into the Shimmer? Well, there you go. Sadly, it doesn't work. You know what else doesn't work? Wires. They no longer work on lizard bricks, I have found, which is highly irritating because now I can't make a nice little pathway. And I decided to give the last sped up 30-ish seconds of me making my arena for Golem instead of the full thing because I can only do 10 times speed, which is really sad because I wanted to do the whole thing. I wanted the whole thing at like 100 speeds, which is really fast, and you just see the whole thing being mined out and me dying over and over again to turtles and mimics. The mimics were so annoying, oh my goodness. Anyway, moving on from that, I finished doing that, and afterwards I actually did something a bit weird. You might not, well, some of you will know what I'm doing, but some of you also won't. I covered the majority of it in illuminant paint, which you'll see the reason why I do that later on when I actually fight Golem. And then it was time to get myself the broken hero sword, which wasn't too bad. I died a bit, but then I was finally able to kill one Mothra, and guess what? I got both of the drops, and the only drop I didn't get was the broken hero sword. I even got the 1 in 20 Mothron wings, then after one more Mothron, I managed to get myself a broken hero sword, and with that we craft the legendary Terrorblade, which recently received a nerf due to its melee speed being absolutely insane, but it's still an amazing weapon. I don't know which update, or well, hotfix, nerfed it slightly, I don't know, but it's 25%, it's not too much. And then since Plantera is defeated, we have access to the hard mode dungeon, and with that I took out various of the enemies there so that I can craft the Master Ninja gear, mainly, because that's just simply better than... Actually no, as you could probably argue either way, that the Eye of Cthulhu shield is better than the Master Ninja gear. That's completely up to you. And with that, I decided to reforge all of my accessories and gear to Violent, so that I can max out my DPS on my Terrorblade, seeing as that's pretty much the gimmick that you want to go for here, is speed, because every time you swing, you get the energy wave, which is where your damage is primarily going to come from, really. And then finally got a Pirate Invasion, only ages into hard mode, and I decided to make my Berserker's Glove because I actually got a Crimson Mimic to spawn, and here is me beating up Golem once, mainly because I forgot to record. I realized right afterwards my heart was like I was just like, no, I forgot to record. It was so annoying. But I made the full beetle armor. I also just decided to make both chest plates just so that I can have that bit of variety in case I want to go defense, or if I don't want to go for defense and go for damage. And with that I give, this is with beetle armor, but I don't have any of my buffs on, mainly just because this is so easy. The Golem attempts, this is the full thing. Now you see why I have illuminant paints. Some of you might know that in this seed, in legendary mode, Golem becomes Shadow Golem, and he gives you blindness of some sort, and you just can't see anything. So to counter that, you use Illuminant Paint. Illuminant Paint lights up everything to the maximum light level possible, or whatever you want to call it, so that you're guaranteed to be able to see everything, which means that Golem is just Golem. He's as Chippy called him, teeny tiny Golem. He's just a bit faster. That's pretty much the only difference if you use the Illuminant Paint, and I guess he does more damage and has more health, which isn't much of a problem when you're using a weapon like the Terrorblade. It's just so good. I mean, DPS wise, it's lower for single target, but because you're hitting both of his fists and the head part of Golem, the pre 1.4.4 version just doesn't stack up nearly as well to the 1.4.4 variant, because you're just hitting everything all at once, and you get that attack speed, violent everything. You just swinging so fast. You're swinging so fast, and it's just so easy. You just time your dodges based on the laser beams, really. That's all you gotta do. Fireballs don't really matter. They do like, what, 10 damage and then like an extra 20 or 30-ish from the fire. Well, on fire debuff really is what I should be saying if you want to use the key terminology and whatnot. But it's really not that hard. It really isn't. And guess what? Guess what? Did you see that? Yep. I'm bringing the graph in. You've probably seen this all over YouTube. Yep. Guess what? Not nearly as many of you are subscribed as you should be. So guess what? Move yourself from the big bar to the little one. It's not that hard, you know. You just gotta press a button. Just gotta press a button. Please, please. I feel really guilty for asking all of you. Please. I don't want to have to do this. Please. The higher that number gets, you know, the less I'll have to ask you. Please. Anyway, I'll just say the only thing that I don't like about Golem in this video is he was a pain to farm. I died 2 times out of the 8, maybe 10 attempts that I fought him, because I just wanted the possessed hatchet. It's my favourite weapon for no reason. It's just really cool and I really like it. And obviously it's a melee weapon, so it's actually viable for me. So mimics, I died twice to mimics just spawning in my way, and it's just so annoying. It's so annoying when the mimics spawn on the opposite side and then you run all the way back and you don't notice it because they're black, you can't see them, and then you're just dead. The illuminate paint does make them a bit obvious, but it is really annoying. And as Golem slowly loses his health, look at him. Poor man. Poor man. I don't even know. He's made of rocks. He doesn't have a gender, probably. Lizard literally made him. I don't know. But yeah, Golem is dead. Dead. Easy peasy. And with that, I killed him many more times, which I'm sure you'll all be happy to see, because that's what Golem's there for. He's there to die. Nothing else. That's probably why the lizards made him. Just to kill him. But I even just stood on top of him and just... I don't even know. I killed him over and over because he wouldn't give me the darn hatchet, and it was so annoying. Oh my gosh, took an hour to get the possessed hatchet. Then when I finally got it, I was so happy. And as we draw this to a close, I'm just going to give a little bit of a hint to what I'm going to do next time. Next time, I am going to hopefully take on Duke Fishron. I say hopefully because I don't know how that's going to go with the anti-gravity at the ocean and stuff, and all the enemies from the corruption. It'll be hard. It'll be hard to build, mainly the arena. The boss fight, maybe not so much. But yep, I will see you then. Go check out my other videos, please. Bye.